Okay, the next protocol is Zigbee. So, what is a Zigbee? Zigbee is also one of the important protocol in communication. So, it is also known as a communication protocol that was used in IoT devices. So, the features of Zigbee. So, generally we know that the previously we understand that the protocol of IEEE 802.15.4, that particular protocol is only useful for generally that particular protocol is only used for the purpose of first two layers, that is physical layer as well as data link layer. So this is above that, so not only those two layers, so this particular protocol is also useful for the upper layers also. So that's why we are going for understand a few points here. The first point is most widely deployed enhancement of IEEE 802.15.4. So that means the previous protocol. So this is the enhancement of the IEEE 802.15.4. That means more features was added to that particular protocol. So that is Zigbee. So because of so many people are not know that both the protocols are same. They are thinking like that, but both the protocols are not same. So whenever they are applying to the IoT devices, but there is some enhancements. So Zigbee is used for all the layers, not only that first two layers, it is also useful for the next upper layers like network session, like this type of layers also this type of protocol was used. So the Zigbee protocol is defined by layer 3 and above. So it works with the 802.15.4 layers, that is 1 or 2, 1 and 2. So that means in first and second layer, so at the same time it is also useful for the next three layers. The standard uses layers 3 and 4 to define additional communication enhancements. So that means the other layers having some more layers, some more enhancements like security and accuracy of data. So many things was concerned and developed this particular protocol. So that means in 3 and 4 layers, so this type of Zigbee protocol was used, like network layer and session layer, this type of protocol was used most probably. And the enhancement include authentication with valid nodes, encryption for security, and data routing and forwarding capabilities that enables the mesh networking. So this type of Zigbee is used mainly in the mesh topologies whenever we are considering the networks. At the same time, it is having some more features that was added to both authentication of valid nodes in a network. So it is finding the authentication, and it is also used for encryption and security purposes. It creates routing of data very easily. These all things was concerned here. These enhancements includes with valid nodes. The most popular use of Zigbee is wireless sensor networking using the mesh topology. So that means this particular Zigbee is the protocol. It is associated with the wireless networks in mesh topologies, mainly in mesh topologies. I already tell this Zigbee is used in mostly in wireless networks. Sorry, wireless networks with mesh topology. Okay, next. So we know that, so the first two layers like physical layer and data link layer, there are different types of purposes like security, authentication, routing, switching, etc. These all things is used with IEEE 802.15.4 in both these layers. And upcoming layers like network layer and transport layer, we are is this all particular layers, not only in these two layers. This Zigbee protocol is used in all the other layers like network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, as well as application layer. So that is the main goal of Zigbee. Next, so the important components of Zigbee is Zigbee device object. So whenever we are using any IoT device, so that consisting of Zigbee protocol, we can say that was a ZDO, that means Zigbee device object. So what it consisting of? It consisting of device management and security policies. Okay, device management means the updates will be automatically come to that particular device. We can remotely operate that particular device in a network. So there are lots of security will be provided to that particular device. These all things is going to be concerned in Zigbee device object. So APS, so another important component of Zigbee is, so there are only two components, that is ZDO, that means Zigbee device object. Another one is application support supplier. Application support supplier means in this application support supplier provides the controlling of the entire IoT application through this particular supplier. We can make a bridge between network and other layers. For example, network layer sends the packets to the to the upper layers. In the upper layers, that will be converted to the sub segments and send it to other layers like this. We know that. So in application support supplier, so different types of IoT applications that can be supported whenever we are using the Zigbee protocol to control various services remotely. We can operate the device using the application, and it is also like a bridge between the network and other layers. Next, so what are the Zigbee topologies? So if you go for Zigbee topologies, there are star topology. We know that the G is a coordinator here, so this particular red color indicates the coordinator, and this white color is the end devices. That means reduced functional devices, RFDs. These all are RFDs. We understand it whenever we are studying the IEEE 802.15.4. So these all are end devices which is only perform certain action. There is this is always dependent on the coordinators or routers. So blue color indicates the routers. So we know that, so star topology, a coordinator will controls all the other devices in this particular network. Everyone knows that. Using this particular coordinator, so anybody wants a request, it will immediately respond it, and entire operations will be done through this particular coordinator only. So that is star topology. So that means there is a centralized application or centralized control over all other devices in a network. So Zigbee does support star topology. Zigbee supports cluster tree topology. That means tree topology. Tree topology is like this. It is like a hierarchical order. Hierarchical means there will be a coordinator. It will maintains the entire software and other devices. So this is fully functional device. It is also consisting of attached to other routers of different networks. For example, this is one network, this is one network, and this is one network. These all networks can be having different types of routers. These routers are connected to the coordinator. So the coordinator will maintain any packet will be sent from this network to this network. Then it will receive from router, and there will be an action will be performed. The so G is a coordinator for all different types of hierarchical networks. So there are different networks will be combined into a single unit using a tree topology. So mesh topology means mesh topology is used like any node is connected to any other node in a network. We know that. So there was a coordinator. So in the mesh topology, we can extend using a mesh topology only. You can extend any other network. You can extend any number of networks.